Hey guys, I know in my last video I said I'd check out some current retail WoW content, but a lot of that intro video stuff was done before the summer started, and I didn't get around to putting it together and getting it uploaded until now. The truth is I haven't played almost any retail content beyond WoD, because Blizzard invited me into the Classic Beta back in May, and I spent half the summer trying to retain some self-control and stay casual like I plan to do when Classic WoW releases later this month. First, and I think a lot of people agree, it'd have been cool to have had a lot more players invited into the beta. I wish all of you could have enjoyed that satisfying taste of Classic WoW with us, and I'm glad we all get the real thing in less than 3 weeks. After Blizzard friends and family, it definitely seemed like streamers, content creators, and their friends made up the majority of players invited into the beta, at least on May 15th. A lot of the streamers were saying that normal players probably got invites too, but I never saw anyone prove it with a concrete example. I'm sorry it took forever for me to get this video out. I was definitely not a content creator or influencer for WoW or any other Blizzard title. My first video ever discussing my WoW history was uploaded just last week, and well after the closed beta ended. I reactivated my account a couple months before the Classic Beta announcement because I was hyped by everyone else's vanilla stories and I wanted to share a few of my own while I explored retail and waited for the Classic launch. I opted into the WoW Classic Beta stuff right away when Blizzard added it to their site, and I received my invite, I assume, at the same time Soda Asman and the other big streamers and content creators got theirs. I imagine a few other unknown players along with me got an invite that day. I'm not sure if my invite came from random selection. I don't think it came from me being a good beta tester back in the day. Blizzard gave our vanilla guild about 15 keys to the Burning Crusade beta, and I was a high enough rank in the guild to be one of the lucky ones to get one of those 15. I only reported a couple bugs, and I didn't even level all the way up to 70 in the months I had access to that beta. If I wasn't selected by random chance, then my account probably met some criteria that very few other WoW accounts can meet, more than just being one of the players who started on launch day back in 2004. But I can assure you I didn't receive an invite because of streamer privilege, or a connection to any of the content creators who did get an invite. I mostly quietly lurk in their streams or watch their videos without commenting, so you know I wasn't one of the recipients of one of those coveted beta keys S-Band was giving out.
Yeah, I got beta keys, sure, okay. I have 1 million beta keys to hand out, guys.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, here's the thing that surprised me the most about the beta. I knew I'd play it casually and all the characters would be wiped afterward, but it was so damn hard to pull myself away from it. I'd sit down to play for an hour or two, and 5 hours later I'd be like, dude, you got work in the morning. You gotta get some sleep. So I'd force myself to log off, but I'd be so excited to log back in all the next day. I didn't even level up with the pack, and I'm sure that would have made it even worse. When the announcement went out that the beta was starting on May 15th, and people started saying they got in, I checked my email right away. I was hopeful just like all of you, even though I knew there was a slim chance I'd get an invite. And I wasn't surprised when I saw no beta email when I logged in. I just thought, oh well, I'll just have to live vicariously through some of the cool streamers that got in, and it was awesome watching everyone get started. I knew they'd have stress tests coming up, and I'd probably get into at least one of those. So about 3 or 4 days after the closed beta started, I checked my launcher to see if we could download the client early to be ready for those. The WoW Classic beta option was in there, so I clicked to install it. The funny thing was, when it finished installing, the play button was active. That seemed odd, but I gave it a shot, and the client launched and the server list came up. I naturally chose the PvP server, and the character creation screen popped up. So now I'm thinking this is probably a mistake. They're either accidentally or intentionally allowing us stress testers to create characters early. Maybe they already started a stress test and I wasn't paying attention to the date of the first one. So I created a character and tried to log in to see if there actually was a stress test going on. The world server was up, and the nostalgia that rushed in when that zone intro played was intense. I was finally back in the Azeroth I remembered. Something was definitely up though. The starting area had about 5 or so other players. It wasn't what I expected a stress test to be. In general chat I started asking if this was the stress test server. And everyone was just like, nope, just the regular beta. So now I'm kind of in shock, and I checked for news about a stress test or a new wave of beta invites going out. But other than the announcement and reactions to the May 15th news, there was nothing new. I went back and checked my email again, and sure enough Gmail had separated the beta email into some social folder or something, so it wasn't showing up in the inbox or the spam sections. Here's the email they sent on May 15th. By this time, the outrage had already begun that only influencers and their friends had been invited to the beta.
They're handing out beta invites to streamers like it's candy, while the masses starve. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. If one more streamer gets a beta key, I'm not playing this fucking.
Now that I realized I was invited, I knew that wasn't true. But I didn't know how I could share my proof and get anyone to listen. Nobody knows who I am. I should have tried harder to get the message out earlier, because I'm so grateful Blizzard invited me and the other players they couldn't count on for publicity. The game is just so damn good I'd have to force myself to log off to eat and work and take care of absolutely necessary real-life stuff. So I didn't make the time to announce to whoever might listen that they invited at least one random vanilla WoW veteran. When I started leveling, there were already a lot of level 30s, and I still couldn't play as casually as I thought I would. It was just like the good old days. I'd remember players by their professions when they'd craft something for me, or by our interactions, or just seeing them around a lot, or even by the things they said in chat. The roots forming that community bond were instantly noticeable. I saw this one character in Menethil Harbor struggling to fight off those 3 thugs, I think from the Missing Diplomat questline, and I helped him out. It turns out that was Mad Season.
Hey guys, what's up? Mad Season here.
The dude with some incredible WoW videos here on YouTube, and he also streams on Twitch. I'm sure you already know who he is, but I'll add a link to his channel in the description just in case. This video is both to let you know that if you didn't get into the beta, you probably should have, and even though Blizzard didn't invite enough players into the beta, they didn't limit it to only content creators and their friends. Moving forward, I'll make a series of videos telling the stories of my main character's progression, from launch day all the way through the Burning Crusade. I got that idea from Sylvite Soltis in his Memories of Vanilla series. He's got some cool videos sharing stories of his character's progress back in Vanilla. I'll add a link to his channel too. Because I'm doing that series chronologically, I'll have to wait a bit to share the video remembering all my old guildmates and friends on the Frostwolf server back then. Originally I wanted that to be one of my first videos, because it's important for me that you understand that the credit for most of my best experiences and achievements in WoW belongs mostly to my friends and guildmates. Along with my character progression series, I'll also make a series of videos focused on rare items I have or that have shaped my character's history. And I'll make a few videos about the Classic WoW beta, how I became one of the richest players on my server back in Vanilla, events most people probably barely remember anymore, and other interesting Vanilla WoW topics. Please press like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for watching this one. I'll see you again soon.